Thousands of Ontario liquor store employees are on strike today after talks broke down between their union and the LCBO. Now, its impact won't be just on consumers, but on businesses in the province as well. For more on this, we are now joined by Tony Elenis. He's the president and CEO of the Ontario Restaurant, Hotel and Motel Association. Tony, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Well, as I've been saying all morning, obviously these are employees fighting for their rights in a tough economy. But of course, there are those caught in the middle, your industry included. What's your initial reaction to the start of the strike?
Well, the hospitality industry has been devastated in recent years, and we don't need another obstacle, such as an LCBO strike. LCBO provides us with our core spirit and wine product for bars, restaurants, and hotels. So it's critical that our business is sustained and has success through it. A week ago, we had major concerns. We were nervous with the LCBO strike, but they have listened to us. I've been in touch with them as late as last night. The good news is that the LCBO has made provisions and has dedicated employees to continue to supply beverage alcohol products to the hospitality industry.
Well, that's good to hear, Tony. But as you said, this is an industry that's been devastated, particularly during the pandemic. And now you're seeing a strike that we've never seen before. Largest purchaser of alcohol in the country and in the world, the LCBO. Give us a sense of that, how this strike impacts your industry.
Our business is not going to be as usual. There are operational mechanisms that need to change. For example, the licensed industry, and there's around 17,000 in Ontario who have to buy a product by the case. That is very difficult for those that have a cash flow, and many of them are small business with cash flow issues. Now, there is a return policy which will take in effect once again after the strike. And also the locations. Many locations will not be efficiently supplied on a timely basis, though, again, the LCBO has come up with a plan that will be across Ontario, mostly through the online process, but also through dedicated stores where an operator can go in and purchase the products with a more variety in the selection, because variety will be limited through the online.
And Tony, no doubt you've been speaking with the hotels and motels across the province. What are their biggest concerns with the strike? And we are early on. And what's the contingency plan should this go on, the strike go on for a longer period of time?
Everyone's hope, of course, is that the strike does not go for a prolonged period of time. A major concern is, if it does, what happens to the supply chain? How are we going to keep up in many weeks going into the summer? And realizing we have strikes like this before. I do recall the beer store went on strike some years ago, and we're bringing in product from other jurisdictions. And that should be part of the contingency plan the LCBO and government brings to the table. I'm referring to other jurisdictions, other provinces, and perhaps our neighbors, the U.S., in supplying product.
And Tony, give us a sense of how this affects profits. I think it's pretty common knowledge that for the restaurant industry, a lot of profit comes from selling booze and alcohol. You're certainly not making it from the desserts. So what happens when you're not able to offer as much variety, if you're not able to sell as much alcohol?
Well, it's all about the customer experience, and why restaurants are different is that they draw consumers to have an experience, and food and wine especially go together. In a restaurant environment, there's vibrancy, there's fun, whether it's a patio or some type of cuisine inside the room. But let's just make sure that all our listeners understand that there will be beverage alcohol products supplied through the LCBO through the summer. There are many wineries VKW is a great product to experience for our consumers in our Ontario restaurants. Independent distilleries continually supply many of the restaurants. Of course, beer product is supplied to the beer store and the many independent breweries across the province. So there is going to be beverage alcohol. Now, if it goes a lengthy period of time, as I mentioned, we need to look at beyond the LCBO and the local market to bring beverage alcohol in. It will be needed.
All right, Tony Elenis, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.